Hello, Debra Aerospace fans. On your screen is a live view of Debra-1 as we are conducting our launch day rehearsal for Flight 2. I hope you all can hear me well. Let me know if you can. Thank you for joining us for this launch day rehearsal. We have just under 9 minutes left in our countdown. When we reach T-minus 10 seconds, you will see the countdown pause. That is planned and that is normal. That is the automatic hold point built into the Debra-1 countdown. And so at that point, we will stop the clock, and that will be it for today. We have two cameras set up today. We have the camera that you are currently seeing right now, and we have this other camera from a more top-down perspective. They both feature our countdown clock in the bottom corner. Debra-1 is just recently got its first payload contract, which is the Mid-Michigan Observation Demonstration Test, which will be a series of 3 missions, which will deploy a camera at apogee to survey some of the, land around the launch site, and that we are expected to start launching that in the summer of 2026. Just under 8 minutes now. Everything is proceeding nominally with our countdown. We have no issues. And at the T-minus 1 minute mark, Debra-1 should be transitioning into startup. But that will have no effect on today's countdown today, since we are not launching today. If we launch today, that would be bad, to say the least. But everything's going well. If you have been keeping up with our Twitter account and YouTube account, you have seen that we just released our 2025 recap last night, which covers the various events throughout the year, such as Debra-1's first flight, as well as Perihelion first flight. And it also covered more of the testing that we did this year, such as static fires and liquid engine testing in a way. In the background of this shot, you can see Perihelion on display up there. We had to display Perihelion, or I guess retire Perihelion in a way, because during its flight it sustained a fire in its aft section, and it was determined by teams that we would not be able to fly Perihelion again, and so our teams made the decision to retire it. But Debra-1 will obviously still be flying again, because it did flawless on its first flight back in May, and it's in really good condition. So, and this pad that you're seeing in this view here is designed to stop aft damage from occurring, because you can see that it is at around 45-degree tilt here. That is to push a lot of the flame and heat away from the aft section as quickly as possible, which gets it away from the aft section, because if it were just flat, it would go back up into the aft section. 4.5 minutes to go, and quick reminder, our clock will stop at the T-minus 10 second mark, because that is the built-in hold for Debra-1, and that is completely normal. So if you see that, Doesn't mean anything bad happened, it just means that we got down to the hold point nominally. In around 3 minutes, Debra-1 will be entering startup. You will hear the call out by me when that happens. I am the only one on console today. Yeah, Mr. Colton Williams, 4129, a 747 with a shuttle on the back of it is potentially violating airspace. I just finished that the other day. Coming up next, after this launch rehearsal, I will be continuing the construction of BDR, aka Big Deborah Rocket, and all that's left is to join the two sections together and do some pre-flight testing of it, and then that should be good for launch after we get Debra off the ground for the second time. 8. Okay, thank you. Colt Williams points out that the plate is at a 55-degree angle instead of a 45-degree angle. My mistake. Congrats on a successful launch by Brazos Aerospace a few minutes ago, says Brazos Aerospace. Just under a minute and a half until Debra enters startup. I hope you all had a very happy holidays. Whether that be celebrating Christmas or something else, I hope you guys had a good time and were able to spend it with family and just enjoyed it in general. Debra-1 is in startup. Alright, Debra-1 is in startup. At T minus 10 seconds, you'll see the clock pause, and that is when we will begin to end the stream because we have successfully went through a full rehearsal. T minus 30 seconds. T minus 15. Oopsies. Alright, we have hit that T minus 10 second hold point, which means we have successfully made it down to the T minus 10 second point, which means we have conducted a successful launch rehearsal day for Debra-1 Flight 2, which is a good step in getting it off the ground. I want to thank you all for watching, and I will hope that you will join us again for upcoming testing and upcoming launches. And I have been Hunter for Debra Aerospace. Goodbye.